Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's Pick a Reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca. Just want to make sure you're seeing it in the right spot. I am doing in-person readings in Herkimer, New York. If you're close to there and you want more information, shoot me an email. I'll let you know what's going on. I'll put the information about the decks and the dice below. Other than that, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching, and let's get into your reading. Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Leo? Are you catching somebody? Like the first couple cards, you got the Seven of Swords with the Knight of Swords. It gives me this feeling like somebody's trying to get away with something and you're like, oh, I don't think so. Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, somebody's trying to get away with something, but you're like, no, not today, not ever. I don't think so. Yeah, you might. Okay, what's going on? There's a lot of cards. Is there a point to this? This is a long one in the sense of like, this isn't going to get resolution in 5 minutes, but you're not putting up with whatever you're seeing. You're like, oh, no. Oh, no. I'm not doing that. I'm not allowing that. We're not doing this. So, you're definitely not putting up with somebody. Things move very quickly here. And I don't see you, like, tracking anybody down. I don't feel like I have time for that. I have too many things of my own to do. I'm not tracking anybody down, and I don't feel like you're going to do that. But somebody might be avoiding you because you probably have already called them out once. And if you see it happening in front of you, you're going to call it out again. You're not putting up with it. I feel like if it happens in front of me, I'm not putting up with it. I don't know why anybody would think I would. You know how you stand in this situation, and that's not going to change. You got a lot of strength coming up. I'm getting kind of like that lion roar, kind of like, don't come over here with that. You know it's not going to work. Don't come over here with that. There's a lot happens here. I feel like whatever's going on, the tomfoolery, if you will, it's there and it's gone. I feel like if they're playing some weird game or doing something they shouldn't, once they realize you're in the area, they're gone. They're like, uh-oh, Leo's here, gotta go. There's random energy with this. I'm trying to bring down the energy because I feel like a lot is happening all at once. And I feel like you're very busy. This isn't like just organizing papers. This is like, I gotta put that there. This needs to be done. I'm gonna get up and do this. This needs to be done over here. I feel like you're physically doing, even if you're doing desk work, there's like, I feel like I'm physically putting this here, putting that there. I'm like getting out this book, getting out that, looking up this, calling this person. I feel like I'm switching modes of transportation constantly. Or communication, maybe I should say it that way. I was like, I'm calling, I'm texting, I'm emailing, I'm looking things up. I feel like I'm switching. If this is happening for you, you probably have it completely under control. I feel like it's blowing my mind away because I'm like, how do you keep up with that? You got healing going on here. Okay, so you're not putting up with this. Whatever it is, they know not to bring it in front of you. Don't even try. And there's a level of security around you. People might be gravitating around you to keep this other energy away from them. Because it's like this energy won't approach you or be in your sight. So other people are kind of, I feel like they're almost crowding you a little bit. They try to stay closer to you because this energy won't mess with you. I feel like I'm kind of like, I almost feel like every now and then you might get annoyed, kind of like, listen, people, get out of here. I got things to do. Not realizing that the reason they're coming around you and hanging around is because this energy won't approach when you're near. Because you won't have any, you're not going to have it. This energy, you do have to see it once in a while, though. I don't think there's a way around that. But that's where I'm also getting this Seven of Swords with the Knight of Swords and the Grace. I think they're playing nice, or they're trying to act like things are better than they really are. This would definitely be something where somebody says nice things to your face, but as soon as you're out of the room, they have all these other things to say about you. Definitely, people call it two-faced. I think this person might have more than that, more than two faces. Okay, we're going somewhere with this. I get this, but this seems a little bit dramatic. Like, where are we going with this? You're going to start hearing more. Do you already know, or are you going to hear more? Because, again, I don't see you putting up with it. I just really don't. Three of Pentacles, the lack of effort. The Tower card in question. And by the way, in question, in case I haven't... This is what I mean by in question. The Tower card coming in like this, which means it could go upright and fall apart. It could go upside down and just be stagnant. There's secrets here. There's a lot of secrets floating around here. You probably know that. Again, though, I get this goes into that category of you have no patience for this. So I've had my moments with this attitude. I don't know if this rings true for Leo, but it's kind of like, don't bring your secrets here because I'm not keeping them. Don't bring me your secrets because I'm not keeping them. I'm not going to do it. There are something is a little weird here, and I feel like I'm trying to stay out of it because I know if I get involved, they're not going to stay secrets for long, and I don't have the patience to put up with this. I keep getting that over and over and over again. Okay. But, you know, as life does, these things are going to come to light anyway. I feel like certain things are going to pop out in front of you. Okay, certain things are going to pop out in front of you. I feel like I'm not gonna be a part of that. I'm just not gonna. I keep getting that, like, I'm just not gonna. At this point in the reading, I do feel like where this is going is where this is going. You might be kind of like, I got too much going on for that. But it's going to end up in your lap sooner or later. And I feel like if you realize that this is going to end up in your lap sooner or later, I feel like it's going to be like, you know what is it? Let's just get rid of it. What is it? So I can just get rid of it. Because the longer it hangs out, the more it's going to aggravate you. Especially when it's kind of like, I don't really feel like I should have to deal with that, but sooner or later it ends up in your lap anyway. I feel like you're going to be very aggravated with that. Kind of like, this shouldn't... It's kind of like, I'm not a romper room teacher. I shouldn't have to deal with these children. But yeah, here I am. There's something that's going on here. And I feel like they're saying other people are playing games and they're having fun, doing what they got to do. You're probably picking up the slack. I don't know if you realize that you're picking up for the slack for people who they should be doing their own thing for. To a point, you probably realize it, but maybe not to the level that you are. It's kind of like, well, I'm doing 150%, but, you know, it should be going to my advantage. But it's kind of like, no, 5 people are just, you know, slacking off and only doing like half the job. And other people are still picking up the leftovers that they're not even doing. It's kind of like you're doing 150. 5 people over here are just doing 50%. Other people here are doing like 110, 115, 105. Everybody's doing their part to pick up the slack for these other 5 people. And I feel like once you realize what's actually going on, I don't feel like this is going to be okay. I don't think it's okay anyway, but the moment's coming forward where I feel like I have to clean house. I'm surprised okay. The Empress takes care of themselves as well as other people when they're in balance. When they're out of balance, they do way too much for other people. The Empress, don't get caught up in the gender, but this card will be coming into balance soon because you're probably doing way too much and not enough for yourself. Even though Leo usually is pretty good for looking out for themselves. Usually you guys are pretty good at that, but this is one of those things where I didn't realize that I was doing this. I didn't realize that I was like, you know, giving other people the leeway to just goof around while I did their work for them. And now I have not only me, but a couple other people I like are also bending over backwards just so these other people could goof off. I don't think so. I don't think so. I keep getting like, I don't think so. The energy coming in, what is that? Somebody else is going to try to fix it. I don't know why I don't like it, but I don't like it. Because I don't think they're really fixing it. I feel like we're placating the situation or something. I don't like it. Take it with a grain of salt. See how it plays out in your life. The Fool coming in. The Fool, and then the Ace of Pentacles, but it's distorted. Ace of Pentacles coming in like this, which... I feel like we're... No, I don't like it. The Ace of Pentacles should be upright. And if it's upright, that's a stable beginning. If it comes in like this, it may as well not be there. For the Ace of Pentacles, that's all about stability. And coming in a little wonky is like it's a failed attempt at trying to stabilize something. This is just one of those cards. It has to be right side up or it's not right. Or it's just not going to work. And I'm getting this with the Knight of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Somebody feeling like they can fix the situation, and yet everybody can still be happy. We don't have to have problems. No, there's no problems. Sure, these people were stealing money hand over fist, but that's all right. It's in the past now. Yeah, I know they stole 3,000. Wait, no, 300,000? Oh, but it's in the past now. Let's not deal with it. We don't need to have people be upset. Can you imagine? 300,000? Let's just pretend it didn't happen. It's just $300,000. That's all. Not in my life. Not in my life, but whatever. That energy seems to be like, that's how it feels to me. Like, oh, we'll just pretend none of that happened. Yeah, oh, they blew up a whole house. We'll just pretend it didn't happen. Like, it's not going to go well. Because sooner or later, you're going to figure out the truth. It's just, I don't think you're going to get away with it. Away with it? I don't think they're going to get... They're not going to get away with it, but you're not going to get away from it. From it. You could go along with this energy and see where it goes and give it its chance. You could do that. It's the long road. It's just the long road to the same outcome. Or, again, because I keep getting sooner or later, it's going to end up in your hands. It's just, or in your lap, or whatever you want to say. It's going to end up right in front of you. You can do what you got to do. And that's the thing. I don't feel like I'm taking the time to argue with people. I don't think you need to. I find out what's been going on. I decide where it's supposed to be. I put it where it's supposed to be. And then that's it. And then I'm just moving on from it. It's almost like saying, I'm putting in 150% worth of work. And I'm only getting paid for 100% of the work I do. So it's almost like, another way to put this, working 60 hours a week, but getting a 40-hour paycheck. You're just doing those 20 hours out of the goodness of your heart for a job, if you want to, I guess. It's kind of like if you're going to put 60 hours in, you should get paid worth that 60 at least. At least. I feel like if you it's going to end up in your lap anyway, but if you just go in there and you fix it, kind of like, all right, only getting paid for 100%, guess what? Only doing 100%. That's it. We're done. And just kind of like, I don't feel like I'm making it an issue. I'm just like, I'm just going to fix this. I'm going to put it where it goes, and I'm going to move on from it, and I'm going to act like everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not doing that 150 anymore. And I'm going to tell these other people who are doing extra, don't do that. Stop it. That's why these other people are getting away with what they're getting away with. Just do what you have to do. Just do what you were hired for. Just do your amount you're responsible for. And don't do this other stuff. Stop. Just stop doing that. I feel like I'm annoyed with it. So I don't know if this sounds a little bit ridiculous, but this is how I feel it going through. By doing that, the appropriate people are going to have to step up and deal with what's going on. Because it's going to be a very unhappy moment. And it's not going to get better. These two together is kind of like, this is a very unhappy moment. This is, it can be deceit. I don't know. It's not usually how I get it. But it's usually sorrow, sadness. That's usually what it is. It can be deceit. Can be. But this one is like, we're progressing. Like, it's not improving. It's just like what we got now. It's just going to get more intense. More intense the longer it goes. That's how I see this going. It's like, this is like planting something that you're allergic to. and it's going to just keep spreading and getting more and more and more and more. That's what these two together. It's like planting something you're allergic to and just growing and leafing out even more, even more, even more. I feel like this is going to be one of those moments like, if I'm going to do 150%, you're going to pay me for it. I'm not going to do this. I'm not doing somebody else's job and they're getting half. They're getting half their paycheck is off of my effort. I don't think we're not doing that. Take that money away from them, give it to me. If I'm doing what they're supposed to be doing, if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, whatever you were going to pay them for that, you pay me for that. And I'll do it, but you're going to pay me for it. I'm not doing job. I'm not, putting money in their pocket. No, I'm not doing that. Not doing it. This is really, well, you are a fire sign, and this is a fiery reading, let me tell you. I feel like there's negotiation. There might be negotiations here, but I feel like, all right, we can negotiate, but I'm not doing that until I'm not doing that extra 50% until you're paying me for it. I'm just doing my 100%. I'm going to do that. That's what I was hired for. I'll earn my paycheck. I'll earn my paycheck. I'm not earning theirs. I'm not going to earn theirs through them. No, not doing it. Because I get like there's a stalemate here. They're like, well, let's think about it. While we're doing that, why don't you just go back to doing it the way you were? I don't feel like you're going to put up with that. I don't feel like that's even I don't even have to tell you to not do that, because it's going to be like, you're just like, I wouldn't anyway. I feel like the people this is hitting for, you're like, oh, I wouldn't anyway. I wouldn't anyway. This moment is going to change this whole situation. It's going to change the whole thing is what I'm getting. Because I feel like when their backs are against the wall and they're like, well, Leo can do it. Leo will do it if we compensate them correctly. All right. Demote those people. Promote Leo. Let's see what happens. Because there's a whole thing where I feel like they don't seem to feel like they have much of a choice. And they're like, well, if we need this to balance out again, if we want it to go back to the way it was, we got to at least reallocate funds, and we got to pay Leo more at the very least. Probably these other people too. Because justice comes in, and I feel like when I get the 5 of Wands, or 5 of Swords, I should say, it is the Swords, yeah. They don't feel like they really have a choice. They have to fix it. Or at least, at the very least, do it the way you told them to do it. Which, they just... I see this card. This bothers me. This situation might correct, but this is going to be one of those times where somebody does the right thing, probably for the wrong reason. Let that stick with you and look closer. Is that really happening here? Because if you're dealing with people that do the right thing for the wrong reason, just ask yourself how long you want to be around that for, because that's a slippery slope. Because when people do the right thing for the wrong reason, it's only a matter of time before we have problems. I'm just saying. And I guess depending on your situation, if this is hitting, you can decide where you see that going down the road. Because that's a big thing. That's really kind of like, you can't depend on people if they're doing the right thing for the wrong reason. Because they'll do the wrong thing when it suits them. When it suits them, they will do the wrong thing. And I feel like it's realizing that. Oh, it went my favor this time, but not because they wanted it. Not because they realized that I should have this. Just because they feel like they have to. They're only doing the right thing because they feel like they have to. Keep that in mind and let that help you decide what you need to do next with this situation. I think we're done. I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.